If the Decepticons find the Allspark, they will use its power to transform Earth's machines and build a new army.
And the human race will be extinguished. Sam Witwicky, you hold the key to Earth's survival.
BlackApple ThunderLeader Optimus Prime is well known as the best KO Oversized variant of the MPM 04 mode, the official movie masterpiece from Takara Tomy. I'm so glad I finally can pick up these figures for a decent price. The figures came in a bubble wrap but was protected fairly well. Despite how bad this looked, the figure actually looks awesome. Ever since this figures was reviewed in 2019, I have always wanted a version for myself. At the time, this figures was amazing. It was a huge step up in comparison to not only the original MPM 04 Optimus Prime, but also all of the competitors at the time, including Black Mamba. With supreme paint application including chrome colors, superior full hand articulation, transformable double wheels, movie accurate radiant flame decoration, and much more movie accurate backpack using real part of the vehicle mode. These figures not only look amazing on displays, but also is perfect for movie scene recreation. Optimus Prime came with 2 iron blasters which are actually part of his truck mode. He also came with 2 energon swords which can be hidden very well in his alternative mode. He also comes with an alternative face and a die-cast matrix of leadership. So this alternative face is a little different from the one that he's already on the figures. That is have a mask that is flippable. So you can just flip the mask and make it an open mask face. And then just put the mask on and now we have the mask face. So this one is actually really good. This ThunderLeader is actually the newer version that is made by BMB or Black Mamba. So it's cheaper than the original version. And it also have a few changes from the design. Firstly, the head sculpt is brand new. It's much more accurate in comparison to the original design that the eyes are bigger and the face are more proportioned to how Optimus Prime appears in the movie. It looks very accurate. Here's the side look for the head and here's the other side. So you can see that the details on the 2 sides of the head stay the same, but the main face look vastly different as now it looks way more accurate. The battle mask head also looks really good, very accurate to the movie, but there's no significant difference in comparison to the original design or the MPM 4 head sculpt. Then the second difference lies on the arm part of Optimus Prime. So for the original version, all of those plastic parts will have the same colors and they made of the same material. But now for this new version, this clip part over here, the part that actually hold the sides of the arm in here together, you can see that it have a different shade of red in comparison to the other plastic part on the arm. It's because now it's made of a different material and it feel more like metal. You can see that that's why it have kind of a more flashy red in comparison to just a regular plastic red. And then the third difference between this and the original version is that on the thigh region, you can see that those thigh area, even going down here, now they look really clean. They don't have battle damage details on those parts anymore. So they took out those battle damage part, but they still keep the battle damage part on some of the other part like the cross region or the abdominal section. Despite not being 100% accurate to the movie, the proportion of the ThunderLeader Optimus Prime is still really good and capture most of the detail from the CGI model. Considering that most of the robot parts that we're seeing here are actually made of vehicle parts, the designer from Takara Tomy and BlackApple definitely developed something amazing to be able to utilize all of those vehicle parts and not compromise the robot mode proportion too much. The details for this ThunderLeader Optimus Prime is awesome. All of the molded detail from the MPM 04 mold or the original movie masterpiece Optimus Prime got carried over and improved upon on these figures. This paint job is amazing. It looks just like how it appears in the movie, and even some part got the chromed colors. And I'm pretty sure that this is currently the only version on the market that actually got this chrome paint app. And this version is also the only version that has the accurate rear mirror of the truck mode on the chest right here. Even the backside of the figures got decked out entirely with premium paint job and extremely movie accurate molded details. All of this part that we're seeing here on the backs of the figures are actually actual part on the vehicle mode as well. That is an incredible feat of engineering for sure. Although in 2025 and 2026 we're getting some very good competitor for this Transformer 1, 2, 3 Optimus Prime design as the MPM level, the ThunderLeader definitely still have an advantage. That is, he's very engineering accurate, that most of the robot mode part are actual vehicle mode part. Because for some of the new figures, in order to improve the overall proportion, some of them have a lot of force part. So this guy definitely still can have a very important position in any collection. In addition to the engineering advantage of this Optimus Prime, he actually very cheap right now, so his price is actually very competitive in comparison to all of the new contender. Because all of the new Optimus Prime will most likely have the price point between $150 to $200, but this guys right now is below $100, so it's still a very good option to go with. As for articulation, the head can rotate to the right side around that far, to the left side around this far, and then it can hinge upward around that far before the mask can go out. And then it can look down around that far. So it's kind of weird that the head is actually on a mushroom pack that can only rotate left to right, and then the neck is on another hinge joint that can hinge upwards and hinge downwards a little like that. And then of course for the mask, we can rotate the mask and change the face scope of the figures very easily between the open mask and the closed mask face. And then of course we have the two eyebrow here, or the sun visor can rotate up and down. As for the arm, it can go out around that far, so pretty much 90-degree outward. We can move the shoulder guards to accommodate for the arm articulation as well. This can rotate pretty much 360 on the ratchet joint. This can rotate by the bicep swivel over here 360 degree. That is can bend really good, like way above 90 degree like that. As we go down here, we of course have full articulation for the wrist here. Can rotate all the way around, and all of the fingers have articulation. So we have the thumb articulation here, and all of these fingers have individual articulation, and they have one hinge over here as well as another hinge in there. So pretty much a two hinge. This is how much it can go inside, and all of the fingers have the same articulation as that. So really good articulation. The same articulation for the other arm and hand as well. Then we go to the chest region. This of course we have the waist swivel. Beyond that, we actually have a hidden ab crunch as well. It's like this, and then it can hinge up a little, so that part can actually move up. It's part of the transformation, but we can also utilize that as an ab crunch, which is pretty awesome for Optimus Prime. As for the leg articulation, it can go out not 360 but around that far. For the legs over here, we can shift them down or we can shift them up to even give the articulation a little more range to work with. The leg can go up pretty far like that all the way around. And as we go down here, we have another hinge that can rotate pretty much 360, and then we have the knee joints that can bend over 90 degree like so. So it's have actually kind of two joints, because one main joint have a ratchet joint in there, and then the other one is here. If we unplug this knee guard right here, then we have a little hinge to run around, but usually we just lock that in there. And as for the legs down here, of course we have a little of ankle tilt, so it can tilt a bit, not too much, but it's pretty good. And of course it can go upward really far like that, mainly for transformation, and then it can go backward a little like that as well. So between this guy and the MPM mold, definitely the MPM mold has slightly better articulation to work with. This guy, because it's way more complicated, so the articulation was compromised a little, but for the most part he still can pull off most of Optimus articulation. And similar to the robot mode appearance, the vehicle mode of these figures is also amazing. It's the only transformable truck mode that actually have the two antennas in the front, a bunch of chrome parts, and transformable double rear wheels. The vehicle mode also scale very nicely with the Human Alliance humans and most MPM scale vehicle mode. Considering how the original base mode of these figures is the Revenge of the Fallen Leader class figures, we have truly come so far from improving this mode. And yes, this figure scale amazing with the original MPM scale figures of smallest characters like Bumblebee, the original MPM scale Jazz, the smallest MPM mold figures, and also the first lieutenant of the original 2007 Autobot team, the KO oversized version of MPM Ratchet, which is probably the best in scale with the MPM Bumblebee, Jazz, and Barricade. And of course, this BlackApple Optimus Prime will scale perfectly with the BlackApple MPM Ironhide. And here we have my favorite side comparison of this BlackApple Optimus Prime. The scale between all of the best MPM rated figures for all of the original 2007 Autobot team. In comparison to the figures that was released when the Transformers 2007 movie just came out, these figures truly deserve the title of being movie masterpiece. Then here we have how the BlackApple ThunderLeader Optimus Prime scaling with the KO30 DLX Optimus Prime, which is exactly the same scale as the original 30 DLX Optimus Prime. These two are exactly the same height, but one is definitely more skinnier and more proportionally accurate to the movie. Next, we have the BlackApple Optimus Prime scaling with the Black Mamba Optimus Prime, the best two KO oversized variants of the MPM-04 mold. Then here we have another BMB Optimus Prime or 9 Prime from the Extinction movie, which is a KO version of the unique toys Optimus Prime. We can clearly see how much different the 9 design is in comparison to the original Beaver trilogy design. And here we have most of my oversized scale Optimus Prime standing together. Most of them are pretty much on the same scale, except for the Black Mamba Transformer original Beaver's Optimus Prime. I absolutely love the scale between the BlackApple Optimus Prime and the Jada Toys Optimus Prime. One is perfect in vehicle mode and one is perfect in robot mode, especially with their shiny chrome decoration. Just for fun, here's how the BlackApple Optimus Prime scaling with the CE-KO version of the Metagate Grip. And here is how the BlackApple Optimus Prime scaling with all of the Extinction and the last 9 MPM rated figures that I have in my collection. Considering that the last 9 Megatron is 30 feet tall and this Optimus Prime is 28 feet tall, the scale worked out perfectly. Next, we have the scale between this BlackApple Optimus Prime and the BMB Barricade, the straight 1-to-1 scale KO of the original MPM-05 Barricade. Here we have the Cyber Era Soundwave, a KO upscale version of the Toy Lab Soundwave, which is really good as an MPM rated Soundwave. Next, we have the BMB Brawl, or the KO upscale version of the Study Series Brawl with some improvement. Currently, this is the only brawl on the market that can scale well with this BlackApple Optimus Prime. Then we have the T10 upscale starscream, which also have the Revenge of Fallen's color scheme. These two are definitely the best representation to recreate the forest battle scene. Then here we have the scale between the Transformer 2007 Megatron scaling with the BlackApple Optimus Prime from 2007. These two are very accurate to the official scale chart, which stated that Megatron was 35 feet tall, while Optimus Prime was only 28 feet tall. Here we have the scale comparison between the BlackApple ThunderLeader Optimus Prime with all of the KO oversized MPM rated Decepticon figures that I have in my collection. All of them look extremely nice next to the BlackApple Optimus Prime. The scale worked out almost perfectly for all of the characters. Most importantly, we have the scale between all of the Transformer 2007 cast, including the Autobots and the Decepticons. When I was a child watching the movie, I couldn't really tell the size difference between X characters at all, so now it's really incredible to see them in plastic form and see how much one character is so much smaller than the others. It's great to be an adult and finally fulfilling our childhood dreams of bringing our favorite character into plastic forms.
With the Allspark gone, we live among its people now, hiding in plain sight. I have witnessed their capacity for courage. Like us, there's more to them than meets the eye. I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.